EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go, Reed, go!
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run. One that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. First and 10, it's Pierce. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, there you go, Charles, his first NFL pass, and it goes for a completion.
And you know that they thought about this before even calling the play, right? Let's get him his first completion.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And some room to work. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And they run with Harris off the option. And some room to roam now. Taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up. But in this case, he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard for the 34. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. First down, they go right back to Pierce. Down inside the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's the option play now to the left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him,
I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, who probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
23 yards on the play.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this will be a touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Warren. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation. A top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the make.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 15. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Pierce. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Once more, it's Pierce. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Pierce.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kylie Fairbairn comes on. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. On play action, they'll throw.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Christian Harris.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throwing out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Option play, and it's a handoff to Pierce.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Another carry for Pierce. 58 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Pierce now up the middle.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
8 yards there and a 1st down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Let's go now. Cardinal.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Give to Pierce now on the option.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 41.
73 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
On fourth down, they're going to try the jet sweep. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. And the gadget play here on fourth down winds up backfiring. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. He'll drop to throw. He's got this to Pickens. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go, here we go. Pass 60.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
60 Eagles.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd.
And it'll be intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage here back to the 15. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Houston.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception.
And now here's another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And he's got some space here. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception,
I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
They'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
They'll set up to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his 1st ever NFL game. And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the 1st half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere, but the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's complete to Pierce.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go now.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
70, Timberwolf. Trap 60, trap 60.
2nd and 6. He gets it complete to Harris. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Ready.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Ready up.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Mustang 19.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Harris has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. With his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it.
And now here is another interception. And the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because Your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in. Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Come on.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Ready, break.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Houston, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.